SBN, Sports Business Now. SBN is a division of Row 27, the digital sports marketing company, celebrating 5 years of creating TV spots, intro videos, and microsites for over 150 teams. See our work at row27.com. And by FanMaker, digital marketing tools for sports teams, featuring FanMaker Rewards, the most comprehensive and popular fan loyalty and reward system. Learn more about our apps at fanmaker.com. SBN, Sports Business Now.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the SBN interview series. I'm Holly Koski, and through our interview series, we discuss all of the similarities with tech and the sports industry. And today we have Neil Joglekar of ReelSurfer. Hey Neil, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. And you are one of the co-founders of ReelSurfer, which allows anyone to clip and share video from any website. Talk a little bit about ReelSurfer and, how it came about.
Sure. So we are based in sunny California. The other co-founder and I, Christian Yang, we both went to Stanford, and the reason we really were friends is we both love the show Entourage. Not sure if you guys have seen it, but it's great because it has kind of such funny one-liners in it.
Oh, yeah, one of my favorites.
And all we wanted to do was cut out these one-liners and share them with each other. And we realized there was no easy way to do it, so we built it ourselves. And it's sort of find a problem that you have and figure out a way to solve it, and that's kind of how ReelSurfer was born.
And so kind of take me step by step, on how it works.
Yeah, sure. So ReelSurfer is a free online website where you can go to it. You can copy paste a video URL. So if you go to YouTube, ESPN, Vimeo, whatever, pull the link and paste it on the site. We let you set sort of the start time and stop time and share it as a clip on Facebook, Twitter, or put it on a website.
And do you have any limit as far as, you can only have 20 seconds of video or anything like that?
Yeah, so it's interesting. In the beginning, we thought about putting a restriction, kind of like how Twitter does it for characters. But then we realized that giving the user sort of flexibility was the best route to go. And so, interestingly enough, we see sort of two groups of clips. The first is the 2 or 3 second kind of video meme sort of clips.
Right.
And the second is the 27 seconds to 32 second clip, which could be music videos, it could be an educational lecture, it could be a sports video.
Yeah, no, we just showed a LeBron dunk by one of your users, and you guys just did site redesign just recently, and now you can you're enabling users to clip and share videos from ESPN as well, which is very interesting. Describe the impact that that's had on your users and just your overall site.
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's had a pretty major impact. So our vision and goal is to allow anyone to clip a video from any website. And so integrating with Brightcove and Uyala, who, if your listener or your viewers are not familiar with what that is, they're companies that power a lot of online video that's not on YouTube. So sites like ESPN use Uyala, sites like the New York Times and the LA Times use Brightcove. So they're kind of the under-the-hood video providers. And so integrating with them allows us to power a pretty significant portion of video on the web. Our intention is that you don't need to know about companies like that because as the average viewer, you don't actually see their brand or their logos. And then also personally, I'm a huge fan of sports and ESPN, so I was pretty excited when we added it.
Yeah, definitely. You can't sometimes find those clips that you saw on SportsCenter that morning or, on YouTube or Vimeo just because they don't post them on there. So that's a really great addition that you guys have with Ulia is what it's called.
It's Uyala.
Uyala. All right. See, it shows how much I know about that. But like you said,
Yeah, but that's not surprising. Is that I think the way their business is constructed is that you don't need to know who they are.
right. And, you mentioned New York Times, LA Times are, use Bright Cove, but Reuters has actually used ReelSurfer kind of almost to tease their stories to their audience. So describe how they use your platform, maybe a little more in depth.
Yeah, definitely. So media organizations are incredibly savvy, which is great for us. So Reuters, for instance, sort of recognized that the attention spans of their viewers were getting shorter, as most people consume content on social networks, mobile devices, just for technical reasons, and also if I'm browsing Facebook or something, I just want to scan something quickly. So they came to us to help them create sort of this snackable content from the videos that they already have. So organizations like Reuters produces, hundreds of hours of video a day, newscasts, interviews, other things that they produce. And so they wanted to leverage that to share with their audience. So they use ReelSurfer to cut clips and make reels, which are essentially mashups of clips from their videos, and then share them on their social channels like Facebook and Twitter. One other interesting thing they've done is they've inserted a custom link into each of their clips. So if I'm Reuters, I make a clip from one of my videos, I share it out on Facebook, I can then link it back to a specific Reuters site that I'm trying to drive traffic to. Or if I want to sell a product or promote something else, I can link everyone there. So you had it exactly right. You can sort of think about it like a social media teaser. So before you need to dive into like a 10 or 20-minute video, here's the best 20 seconds or 30 seconds as a hook, then to drive some subsequent action. The last piece that's interesting to them is the detailed analytics that we have behind it. So we can tell them sort of not only which parts of videos are interesting, but also which social media channels are more effective. For example, are you going to get more views and shares on Facebook or Twitter? And what types of content bring more viewers? And all of these are important questions when you're sort of deciding what your strategy should be. It's been a learning process with them, and pretty exciting and fun.
Yeah, definitely. I like what you said, the snackable content. I've never heard that before, but I'll probably use it in my everyday life now just because that was awesome.
Excellent. Don't credit me because I definitely stole it from someone else.
Okay, well, that's cool that, ReelSurfer has that snackable content kind of feature, again, to tease a longer video. And, how can really teams in the sports world apply this to them? Because I feel like there could be a lot of interactions here with your brand.
Absolutely. So I think there's a couple interesting ways. We're actually really excited about sports teams in general because they're a group that already has so much video content, whether it's games, interviews of players, practices, commercials, kind of whatever. And we think that ReelSurfer is a really great way to use that content and use it for content marketing. So you can, like I mentioned, share the best parts of these usually pretty lengthy videos, obviously depending on what sport and sort of what type of interview it is, but using sort of the best moments from these videos and then linking those clips either to drive traffic to a website or to sell tickets to the next game. One interesting example is actually the Counting Crows, the music group. We're about to go on concert. And so they contacted us to run a campaign with them to sort of empower their fans to create clips and reels from their old live shows. So I thought this was pretty smart, and we didn't come up with it, they did. But so they challenged their fans to to repurpose their old content, make mashups of their live shows, share it with their Facebook and Twitter friends, and then every time those videos were watched, they drove traffic back to the Counting Crows Ticketmaster page so they could sell tickets for their show. And I guess the most interesting stat for us is that of users who watched their videos, 13% of them clicked back to the Ticketmaster page, which in normal video advertising, sort of the average click-through rate is usually between 1% and 2%. So having something that high it's pretty exciting for us.
Yeah, clearly applicable to the sports world, whether that be driving ticket sales for a particular game or merchandise. Definitely interesting that the Counting Crows came up with that, to enlist their fans, which obviously teams have thousands upon thousands of fans to utilize.
Absolutely. It's sort of taking the community and fan base that you already have created and using that to bring in new users or new fans.
Definitely. And so where can, fans or teams really find you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So if they want to get started, we actually treat individual users and teams or brands in the beginning as the same. So you can go to ReelSurfer.com, you can sign up. It's completely free. You can test it out for yourself, make a couple clips, share them, see how they do. And then if you want to start adding sort of custom links or starting to dig deep into sort of the analytics, then we have upgraded accounts and you can just contact us. So the hope is that it's easy enough for anyone. And then if you want to use it to actually integrate into your content marketing strategy, we can figure it out.
Well, great. Thank you, Neil, for joining us and, teaching us about ReelSurfer and how that can really apply to their teams as well.
Great. No problem. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us. We will you can join us for SBN Live on Thursday, talking sports business just like always. And you can find us online at sportsbusinessnow.com or on Twitter at SBN. At SB Now. We'll see you next time.
SBN, Sports Business Now.